Here it is. I'm going to make a caramel apple cheesecake. Why? Because I want to. It's fall. I love cheesecake. Caramel apple. Why not? But you know, I'm going to do some shortcuts. So let's get started. We got to make the crust first. And I'm going to be making it in my Instant Pot. That's how I love to make a cheesecake. I don't like doing that. I think it's called bain-marie in the oven when you got to put it on in a cookie sheet with the water in the bottom. That's too much work. So let's make the crust first. So in this bowl I have a pinch of salt and 2 teaspoons of light brown sugar, and I did pack the teaspoons. I'm going to add the 4 tablespoons of melted butter. So let me go ahead and add that now. We have to do the crust first, and we're going to form it in the pan that we're going to make the cheesecake in, then we'll put it in the freezer. We'll bring it out when we made the batter and we're ready to pour the cheesecake batter into the pan. Then I took a sleeve of graham crackers and I mixed them with some pretzels. I like that salty sweet taste, and I put them in this baggie, and I used a rolling pin, a wooden rolling pin, and just rolled over it and broke up the pieces. Now we just combine this. And then we'll pour it into the pan, and I'll show you that, and we'll form the crust. But you can see the pieces of pretzel in here along with the graham cracker that I broke up. Okay, let me go get the pan, and I have sprayed this. I have it wrapped with a piece of parchment paper, the bottom of it, because this bottom comes out, and I have sprayed it really well with some Pam, and I'm going to spray it one more time before I pour that in there. Make sure my hands are clean. Don't be in the kitchen cooking with dirty hands or dirty counters. I just wanted to make sure I didn't have anything, any clumps of anything. And then we just form the crust down in the bottom. Easy peasy. Now the core recipe I got from, and I should have wrote the channel down, I apologize, but it's an award-winning cheesecake recipe. At least that's what the guy says, and I think he's telling the truth because it is really good. But so that's always the base of my cheesecake. But I've made this just a regular cheesecake, and like I said, it's really good. I've also added pieces of Snickers candy bars inside, because typical Snickers cheesecake, they have the Snickers topping on top. I put the Snickers inside the cheesecake. So there's that. Let me wipe my hands off a little bit. Now that's going to go into the freezer till we get ready to make the batter. Okay. Now, I'm going to pitch it. I'm using canned apple, and I opened this jar of caramel sauce because I made pumpkin spice cookies and I put my own twist on it. That was part of the twist. So I want to use it up. I don't want it to go bad in the fridge. These are my kitchen scissors. They have been cleaned. I clean them with a, what is it, Lysol? No, it's Clorox wipe. Then run water over it, then dry it. And I'm going to use it because these are like slices of apple in there. I don't want that to be in the cheesecake. I want it to be pieces. So I've got to go in like this and just break them up. And I found using this technique with the scissors to be the easiest, most efficient way to do this. And you do have to go all the way down and make sure you're breaking them up. So with the caramel sauce I showed you, I'm going to put some of that also inside the batter. And I'm going to reserve a little bit because once we do the topping of the cheesecake, I'm going to put the not cream cheese, but sour cream topping on there. And then I'm going to drizzle some of the caramel sauce on top. Okay, let's make the batter. In here I have the dry ingredients. I have 2/3 cup sugar, 2 tablespoons cornstarch, 2 pinches of salt. Now I'm going to add 16 ounces of cream cheese. And I did break it up a little bit with a knife. And it is at room temperature, so it'll blend together a bit easier. It says 2 teaspoons of vanilla, but you know how I do. I do 2 tablespoons. The only other thing to add for the batter are the eggs, except for the caramel and the apple. But we're going to add the eggs at the end, one at a time, after we've combined what's already in here. I got it plugged in. Let's let it combine. Now if you're wondering why the batter is a little dark, it's not white, it's because my vanilla has that brown tinge to it, color to it. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and add the first egg. Wipe that off. And you do add the eggs. It's 2 of them, one at a time. You add the first one. Make sure you mix it up until it's combined. Then you add the second one. And you do need to add the eggs at the very last. And that's before you add any mix-ins, like, again, I've done it with Snickers. I think I've done it with Oreos too. And today we're doing caramel apple. So, just want to get the sides scraped down. I'm going to let this mix a little bit longer because I see the cream cheese. There's still bits of it in there. And I'm going to turn up the speed on it so it'll combine it even more. I'm going to switch attachments because this batter still isn't smooth enough for me. So smoother than it was. And what I think the problem is, my cream cheese was at room temperature, so were the eggs. But I didn't set the sour cream out to room temperature. It proves the point. When you're baking, have your ingredients at room temperature if possible. That way your batter will form easier and more uniform. So I'm going to go get the whisk attachment and see if that will make any difference. Because it's just a little too lumpy for me. I want a smooth cheesecake batter so that my cheesecake, the finished product, will be smooth. This is a much smoother batter now. So I'm glad I switched it. There's still a few lumps, but I can live with that. But I'm glad I switched attachments. So there's a trick, lesson learned. If you're working with your batter, whatever you're making, and you still see lumps, switch to the whisk attachment. And that will break it up a bit more than the paddle attachment. Putting the paddle attachment back on there because I don't want the canned apples to be broken up that much in the batter. Okay, go on and add them. Probably should have did that before I put the attachment in the way. They do make a canned apple that is caramel apple, and I've used that when I've made a apple cobbler before, and it's pretty good. But again, I had that jar of caramel sauce I need to use up, so I just used the regular canned apple. Again, I want to save some to drizzle over the top when it's done, but I don't need a lot to drizzle over. I think that'll do it. Okay. I'm not going to mix this with the mixer too long because I don't want to break it up too much, but I do want to get it combined. Just a few seconds. And I can do the rest with the spatula, just a little bit. Making a mess. That's why I always have a wet towel near me when I'm baking. And a paper towel to put stuff on. Okay. But this is our batter. Need to unplug it before I move it. And I just want to make sure that we're getting caramel and apple all throughout the batter, all the way to the bottom of the bowl. Now let's get our pan out of the freezer. And it's just a matter of pouring the batter in. I'm just going to shake it around a little bit to get it uniform in there. Get this and the two attachments out of the way. Put this towel into the trash. Wipe that down a little bit. And this is my 10-quart Instapot. I'm going to plug it in. And the directions say place the pan in the Instant Pot. I already have a cup of water in there. I actually had a cup and a third just to be on the safe side. And we're going to cook it on high pressure for 26 minutes. Going to turn off the keep warm button. And then once it's done cooking, we will let it naturally release for 10 minutes. Use a timer on the phone when it beeps that it's done. And there will be excess. I'll show you. There will likely be excess water on top. We just dab it when it's done. No big deal. So here's my trivet. Take that out. Put the pan on there. And we drop it in. Okay. Little music lets you know it's locked. Make sure it's on sealing. I want to move it over a little bit. And 26 minutes on pressure cook. Turn off the keep warm button. Oops, no, I don't want to do that. Hit cancel. Pressure cook. Turn that off. Hit the wrong button. 26. I'll show it to you. I turned off the keep warm button. Cause see, there it's on. Now it's off. And it's 26 minutes and it's set for pressure cook. I'll be back when it's done. It has come out. It's dripping a little bit because of water in there. And it was no water on the top of it, so I didn't have to use a, what am I trying to say, a towel to dab any water off. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is make the topping. In this bowl, I have 4, because I'm doubling the topping. I have 4 heaping tablespoons of sour cream and 4 teaspoons of sugar. And I've just mixed it together, and I'm going to put it on top of the cheesecake. And then I'm going to drizzle the caramel sauce. And I don't know, because this is a larger cheesecake than I normally make, if this is going to be enough topping or not. I might have to make another set of it, or serving I should say, but we shall see. I don't know why I can't get a good grip on this bowl. Let's try it that way. Oh yeah, that's better. And once I finish with the topping and the caramel sauce, I'm going to put this in the fridge. It's best to leave it overnight to set up before you cut into it. I think I am going to make another serving of the topping, because see, it's too much of the cheesecake. The brown is showing. So let me whip that up real quick. And we just mix this and add it to the top. Let me put the lid on this. And that amount should cover those brown spots where you see the cheesecake. I've been washing my hands so much, I see my hands are dry. I need to get some lotion on them. Oh yeah, that's much better. And you just smooth it to the edge of the container. Now, that leftover caramel sauce, I'm just going to drizzle it on here. I'm not really going for any kind of pattern. I just want to drizzle it on. I left a little too much in there. I should have put more inside the batter. I didn't think it was that much caramel sauce left, but it is. Oh, making a mess. It went on the towel. Let's see. I'm going to keep this jar and use it. Probably put seasoning mix in it. I like saving my glass jars for that. Okay. I'm just going to put it in the fridge and we'll cut into it tomorrow. But here it is for now. Okay. It's the next day. It's time to taste the cheesecake. The trick to release it is to get a jar, sit this on top. You need to be careful because you're going to push down on this. But if you push down too fast, too hard, you're going to jam your thumbs and other fingers, and you don't want to do that. But you got to get it started. Okay. Whew. That went easier than I thought it was going to go. I need to let me wash my hands first. I had to get the cake pan to put it on. But here it is. Look how high that is. Okay. Move this. Let's cut into this bad boy. Okay. And make sure, yeah, cut through to the plate with the crust. Okay. Oh, I can't get my, oh, no. Here it is. Still soft. There it is. I'm gonna separate this a little bit because I'm gonna share this with my sister so she can taste it too. Okay. Oh my God. This is good. I got a bit of the apple. You can taste the caramel, taste the crust, the cheesecake, of course. This is good. And this will be added to the rotation. Well, that's it, family. Created a new cheesecake. It tastes good. Bonus. If you learned anything, if you liked the video, if you like me, give it a thumbs up, give it a like. Subscribe to the channel. I'm going to be doing more fall flavored or centered around baking and just holiday baking, period. And also cooking. And we're family, so we need to stick together, right? So subscribe to the channel. I appreciate that. All that helps me out. Until the next video, all the best to you and yours. Bye for now.